ARG San Jose was this weekend. And I think it's very important to kind of look through and understand what won the event. For a few little details about the event. What you are seeing on the screen right now is Gem-Knight FTK. This was the winner of the event. Absolutely shocking, right? Your top 16 had 31% Pendulum Magicians, 19% Trick Stars, 12.5% True Draco, 12.5% Mech Knights, which I assumed was the Invoked variant. 12.5% was Lightsworn Zombies. There was one Dino Zombie and one Gem-Knight FTK. Now, this was a very rogue metagame choice. And one of the things I like about looking at ARG tournaments is sometimes attendance might be low, but this is in San Jose, California, which means it's going to be, should be a big turnout. I mean, Dragon Ball pulled in 500 people for their event, and it should be no shocker to you that a rogue metagame choice like this actually made an attempt to do anything. So, a little bit of background for those of you not in the US for, the ARG Circuit Series. It's an independent ran event going against Konami. It's not official whatsoever. Basically, they just pull in, do their own thing. It's about as good as it can be for an independent tournament series. But, I mean, I would say that it's similar, if not a little bit different than the Brotherhood series I think the United Kingdom has. I believe that they're actually sponsored, though, by Konami. Or correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section, please. I would absolutely love to have that knowledge. But for the most part, ARG does wonderful things. It's basically kind of like the card game fair. You go, you can play whatever card game you want, whether not Pokemon, Magic, Dragon Ball, they all have it all kind of together. Boo, Rob, you're sucking ARG. No, I'm not. Just trying to educate people a little bit more as to what ARG actually is, because a lot of people are like, what the fuck is that? Well, you'd be shocked in today's day and age the amount of people that are uneducated about something, I would argue, as simple as ARG, or Ultra Reality Games. So they do these all the time across the US, happen every month. Check their Facebook page and get the chance to find out if one is coming near you, because I've seen them everywhere, literally, except for Bumblefuck, Nebraska. They just don't go there. That's a no-fly zone. So, what you are looking at is Gem-Knight FTK. Now, there are many tutorial videos on the internet, and we actually were talking about this a lot during, what was it, the beginning of the format, as a rogue viable OTK deck that everyone just kind of was like, they tossed it under the rug somewhere and forgot about this. And I'm not exactly sure why it was forgot. Maybe it was because of the consistency, maybe it was because of hand traps. And when you're looking at a format like this, I would say that hand trap dependency has kind of gone down a little bit. I mean, yes, Called by the Grave is a very good card, but we don't have Max C, which is one of the most powerful hand traps in the game that the OCG has. So for that to not exist here, it's a little bit better of a chance to play a rogue deck like this. You'll get the chance to succeed a little bit better. Unfortunately, as you've seen, we're only playing 2 copies Called by the Grave. I've talked about the 2 Called by the Grave theory in a lot of these decks, but there's less hand traps for you to deal with. I don't think anybody's playing Valor at the moment. Ash Blossom and Ghost Ogre are the only 2 that really fuck you up. As for the FTK, it's pretty standard. You start with Lady Lapis, rinse, wash, and repeat through Diamond. It's pretty simple, and then of course you'll climb the ladder and touch Brilliant Diamond. The entire deck is just turboed around resolving one of these, but remember, you can only special summon one of these once per turn. So when someone's like, how do you FTK? Well, like I said, wrench, wash, repeat. It's very simple. You just generate lots of board and blow your opponent the fuck out. Not really too much complication to it, but honestly, the combos and the extensiveness that comes along with the OTK and things like that, it's pretty standard. I don't think there's anything in particular. Looking at this list, we'll get into the breakdown in a second. I don't think there's anything too in particular in here that is a little bit fancy. I would say that only 2 copies of Scorpio is a little bit spicy. Typically, I reduce the copies because you are playing multiple Lone Fire Blossoms. If you don't want to dead draw this when it can be a combo piece, and you are already playing 41. I think one of the important things to realize, honestly, when you're playing this deck, you don't want to go too high, but you don't want to go too low to 40, because you are playing pieces that you can dead draw. I think it's something else too. This deck does have a high, and I mean an absolute fucking high point at bricking. And it is actually disgusting with how fucking bad it can brick. But I think that's your trade-off for playing an OTK. Of course, you trade off consistency for the brick ability. I think it's one of the things you'll kind of see when you're adjusting ratios. You can tell that this deck was built with the utmost care. The only other interesting thing I wanted to note in here was reasoning. Just the amount of weird things that you can hit along the way. I understand that you have different numbers that you can hit in here, but do you hit 3? Do you call 4? I think 3 is your danger zone, because if you hit a Lone Fire Blossom along the way, your opponent just kind of gets fucking blown out because Lone Fire just starts toggling into this, and you haven't committed your normal summon yet. Which I could see a reasoning into an Orthoscorpio holding a rabbit. It's kind of a blowout scenario. I think that would be kind of cute to see that actually happen, but let's dig into the deck list, shall we? So we have 2 Block Dragon, 1 Crystal Rose. I'm not a big fan of this card, but you kind of have to play it. Triple Gem Armadillo, triple Lazuli, triple Obsidian, triple Lone Fire Blossom, 1 Darling Cobra, and only 2 Orthoscorpio. 2 triple rescue rabbit, 1 Lapis. Once again, this is just going to be your one of, just to kind of start with the combo. Triple Tourmaline. Spells, triple Brilliant Fusion, 2 Called by the Grave, 2 Drag Down to the Grave, 2 Foolish Barrel, triple Gem-Knight Fusion, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Reasoning, 2 Soul Charge, and 2 Unexpected Die. I also really like the inclusion of Drag Down to the Grave in here. If you've only got a Brilliant Fusion in your hand, just let your opponent pick it off, draw an additional card. Look at your opponent's hand as well on turn 1. Take away your opponent's hand trap. This is actually a really cool tech choice, and I definitely see that he was trying to use this to take away hand traps from the opponent. While your opponent might not know which combo piece to kind of yank from your hand, I think using this to your advantage, or, you know, setting your combo pieces first, like this, and not really giving a fuck about what your opponent takes from you. Sure, it's an inherent -1, but getting the knowledge that your opponent cannot stop your play, especially playing an FTK like this, it's just all the more inherent value that you would get. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Mrs. Radiant, 2 Phantom Quartz, 1 Curios, 1 Binary Sorcerer. I do like this. Being able to toggle for more attack points is pretty fucking good. 1 Zirconia, 1 Seraph Knight, 1 Prism Aura, 2 Ripple Master Diamond, triple Lady Lazuli, and triple Gem-Knight Lady Brilliant. Then the side deck, we have a Kaiju package, 1 Doggo Man, 1 Gamma Seal, triple Ghost Ogre, 1 Lightning King, 1 Cosmic, 1 Interrupted, 1 Raigeki, triple Twin Twister, and triple Evenly Matched. Now, like I said, it's very important to understand that you're playing a very combo-heavy oriented deck. Like I said, I'd check through the internet, look at some of the combo videos if you actually want to learn this. You know, don't be afraid to get your feet a little bit wet, especially with random OTKs like this. No, I don't think this deck is going to get hit in any sort of the imagination come the next ban list. This deck's not doing enough in competitive play right now to even warrant any sort of hit. And it is pretty cool that you can see little ratio changes in here. People sometimes will play 3 Block Dragon. I don't think it's correct to maximize your numbers, but at the end of the day, you do have room to mess because you have the ability to kind of put your own spin on the variant. You know, it's something worth considering. But I mean, fuck, if this is walk through the door at an event piloted by a very good player, I think that we could see crazier things like this in the future. Whether or not you're a standard competitive player, play something degenerate like this, or regional level. I think this is more regional level than anything. I don't think this deck's consistent enough to survive a YCS, like fucking 11 rounds. I definitely just don't see it. It doesn't seem consistent enough. But guys, please, tell me, what do you think about this? Do you think this should have won San Jose? Do you think this was a fucking fluke? Do you even still consider Gem-Knights in the top cut of the metagame? You know, what are your thoughts and opinions on such an interesting counter to the meta? You know, we have a lot more degeneracy coming. Oh, yes we do. Sky Strikers are coming, and so are the Nightmares, but that will be for another day. But that's all I really got for you guys today. please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you guys enjoy future content, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel, and join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.